All right, well, it has been a little bit
A little bit.
since the last time we played this.
Mm.
If for folks who don't know, this Eternal used to be our Friday card game before we did Dicey, and Dicey was our Friday game before we did Slay the Spire. And we've played Slay the Spire for nearly a year at this point on
I think
stream.
a little over a year, yeah.
Yeah. So this is some old school stuff.
card crimes happening in here today.
Mm-hmm.
Card crimes. Not nearly enough crimes of the card variety.
I mean, I'm sure we'll be back to
We'll be
slaying
back to
the
Slay the
Spire.
Spire, yeah.
This won't be a full like replacement every Friday kind of thing, but may end up doing more of it because I have really
He's
been
been
liking
hooked.
this
He's
new
been
draft
playing
format.
it every spare moment he has.
Basically, the draft format is really fun right now because it's not a 3-color format. I hate 3-color formats. I've realized it's just one of my character flaws.
You have no character.
I think I have some character
No.
flaws.
No, you don't. This is your wife speaking. You are perfect. You have no flaws.
Alrighty.
You can't say anything or he has to call his wife a liar.
If you don't know, Eternal is a trading card game similar to Magic the Gathering that was made by Direwolf Digital. They're mostly known for their own like board games and digital adaptations of other companies' board games that are all quite good. But this game, my Steam profile, I think, has over 900 hours in it, so I have played quite a bit. You have also played quite a bit of that time.
I've played a decent amount.
Yes.
I tend to stick to Gauntlet.
Yes. Whereas I am primarily a draft player. I don't really have the patience for constructed. I really like just having a totally new deck to play with and crash and burn with every time I end up going. I think this draft format is really fun and interesting, and I figured I would do just a quick updater on the mechanics, on new mechanics specifically, for people who were unaware. There's 2 main ones that were added in this set that are very important to be aware of, one of which kind of defines the entire format. But there's also a few prior existing ones, so I'll probably go over those ones. So, one of the big ones that is in both the current set and the draft packs is Valor. Valor is, this unit gets +1/+1 for temporarily for this turn for each unit that blocks it. So when it attacks, it gets buffs as it tries to block things. This means that 1/1s are one attack units are completely useless for like productively blocking any unit with Valor on it. And it means that the combat math gets kind of wacky. So they're really good on offense. They can be a bit like, they make it so that the combat math is a bit strange, but they don't happen on defense. So if you're holding back with them, you're probably losing out. The second keyword that is fairly important to be aware of in this format, but was not actually added in this format, is stealth. So stealth is basically, when you play this out, your opponent doesn't get to see what it is. An important thing is that cards with stealth on them can only cost 3 or 5, so there is kind of a very strong limit to what any given stealth card that is played out can be, but your opponent basically always has to guess. It's not like Hearthstone. You are allowed to target them at any point, and that will reveal what they are. And if you attack with them or play any card on them, that will also reveal this. So yeah, it's revealed when it deals or takes damage, is affected by an enemy effect, or has anything played directly on it. So that's from either side. It essentially creates a guessing game as to what you or your opponent just played. It makes combat math really weird, and it is just kind of quite interesting all around. So that's the older mechanics that are still very relevant in this set that you might not have heard of. In terms of new mechanics, the most minor one for our purposes is that they finally made hero into a proper tag for units. It shows up on here between their stats. There are basically specific cards that will only that will or won't do things to heroes. The most relevant one that we will probably end up seeing at least once is Victimless Crime, which is like basically Annihilate, but better in draft, because heroes are kind of rare in draft. You'll notice they're mostly on rare or legendary cards, yes. So this is a ridiculously good card in draft, Victimless Crime. That one's kind of minor because, again, most heroes are rare, legendary promos, etc., but worth being aware of. Another mechanic, Contract. These are essentially cards where when you play them, you are allowed to basically play an extra effect for a certain cost. But the important part of it is that you do not actually have to you don't actually have to have the mana for a contract. Instead, if you don't have enough to pay it off right away, it becomes debt and will get taken off your mount automatically next turn. So like, if you play Cabal Embezzler on turn 6 and use this contract, which you basically always will when you play him out, you will take 3 debt on, and the next turn you will have 3 power subtracted from you. And because of that, they're actually really, really powerful, because you get these effects, like, you get to choose basically if you want the effect or not, but also, like, you can kind of play your power around having them, and you can get some like really, really expensive effects on things that make cards like Stonebreaker Bow ridiculously good for their flexibility, because a 2-cost 2/1 with Overwhelm is really good when you're just trying to get enemies out of the way. A 4-cost Magma Javelin with Overwhelm is pretty good when you're just trying to get things out of the way. And being able to switch between both of these has kind of made this one of my, like, favorite cards in the set so far, because it is just, like, absolutely fantastic when you are in Sko and Scar at whatever you need it to do. And there's a lot of just stuff like that where you just choose if you want to play the contract or not. But I have been sandbagging on the absolute best card, the absolute best keyword in the set, that essentially defines what this set is, and that's Inscribe. So if you were playing back in set, God, 5 or 6, they added a keyword called Pledge, which was basically like, if you have a card, like they were units that if you had them on the first turn, you could play them as a sigil for power. Pledge was like bonkers good and basically destroyed Constructed for like how useful it was to have a card that could be early or late. Inscribe is Pledge, but you can do it every turn forever. A card with Inscribe on it can always be played as a depleted sigil. It's absolutely ridiculous. Inscribe basically means that we will almost never play a deck with more than 15 actual power in it. It means that like your deck, your curve, like your fixing is a lot easier because several of your units that would have just been dead turn into activators for all of your other units when you pull them before you pull the power for them. And like the only cost that these units have when you inscribe them is that they are depleted that turn, you know? There's a lot of doubles power that just, it's fine. It means that any expensive card with Inscribe on it is like automatically amazing because it's good either early game if you draw it early or if you draw it late. Like Jotun's Spellhammer is one of the better cards in the entire format because it's a 4/4, which is always good in draft. If you pull it late, you get to play it as that. If you pull it early, you just play it as power and you just continue along your way. It's legitimately one of the best, like one of the most powerful keywords that I have seen them release, like, ever. And because it's been, as you can see, printed on a ton of common cards as well, this is like the common thing of the set. It's incredibly relevant. Like, almost every fire deck I play has at least one Molten Feet in it. That's kind of the level of power that Pledge has, because a 3/2 charge for 4 is kind of garbo. But if you can play it as power, it's fine, you know? Well, we'll get to this when we're building our deck, but like, I will almost never cut an Inscribe card for power. But that's basically what the format is.
Yep.
Ready to jump in?
Yep.
All right. For the record, I am currently in Diamond. My drafts have definitely evened out quite a bit from there. What do you tell me? No. Didn't realize that was just always up there. Thanks very largely to Serene playing a ton of Gauntlet. We have a gigantic stack of cash.
Over like 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
It must be sad.
Oh yeah, it took a long time. All right. So, a rare is Goliath Axe, which, like, that's a really good stat line for a relic weapon. The +1 max power and spells cost 1 more is, like, honestly probably pretty decent. Just because at 5 health, it's probably manages to stick around after your first swing, as long as you have any sort of board presence whatsoever. Yep, we are doing an Eternal stream.
Yeah, there's Dive Bomber. Big Goliath Axe and Dive Bomber.
Yes, I'd be happy with either of those. I will say that, like, Dive Bomber is good, but 5 health is actually a little bit... Like, there's a lot of really good stuff in this format that is not gigantic. I would also say that even if we do commit to Cambrai, we are going to see other Dive Bombers.
Yes.
They're in common. They are easy removal. Like, if we stick in Cambrai, like, that would definitely be a good one. In terms of good cards, Battlefront Dasher is quite good because this is kind of a cycle of legendaries that are like, or a cycle of uncommons that's like Contract 2, give +1 and +1, and Keyword. He's quite good because you can play him on turn 1 as just a 2/1 and, like, you know, give him charge for the cost. Like, you basically get a 3/2 at the cost of, like, your turn 2, but he also hit their face for 3, so that's like a pretty good one. Here's a weird one. Mithril Guardian is actually a pretty decent card. Because once again, you can inscribe it if you need to, and 5 health is actually a really big wall that'll stop a lot of things. I know a lot of people aren't huge on Volunteer Core, but I do feel like fixing is a bit weird in this format. There's a lot of different power, especially in like double powers and stuff, especially in the draft packs. But I think they're not really weighted very heavily, so you don't tend to see a ton of them. I think I'm going to take Goliath Axe. I haven't really played Cambrai very much this set, and pretty good. Yeah, fixing is kind of thin on the ground, but it is worth noting that Inscribe is essentially fixing. Because if you pull it, it will either be a unit that you play or the power that you're missing. Or spell, the other things. But yeah, like, it's not as bad as it seems, and I think that's one thing that I've had to, like, start adjusting to in the format. All right, we're taking Lotus Instructor here, but let's take a look at all the stuff that we have.
+1/+1 and Overwhelm.
Yes, so the time version is a 4 cost, but this effect is amazing. This stat line is just fine even before you take the contract. And the contract, like, being able to play this on turn 4 on a unit you played turn 3 to give them a permanent +1/+1 and Overwhelm is really, really good, even if it means on turn 5 you take a 3-mana hit. Like, it's such a big swing, and that's kind of the thing about Contract. Diminish seems, like, decent. I've played it a few times. Call the Hit is quite good. There's a lot of small units, and it has Inscribe, so, like, I think that these are the 2 best cards that are here right now. Soul Feast is fine. It's, like, Old Torch, but it costs 4 times as much, but, you know, sometimes you just really need to do 3 damage. Chakram Throw is better than you might think, because being able to play a Steel Fang Chakram at fast speed is actually kind of nice. I might take Call the Hit normally, but I think with the Goliath Axe, if we want to make Combre work, like, Lotus Instructor is also a really good card.
Let's do it.
So that's... Damn. So, Searing Fist is incredible. I would also say the time isn't amazing here, and this guy's fine, but he's kind of filler. I'm probably going to end up taking the Searing Fist here. And we'll see just where we end up.
Ending up in, like, fire and, time instead,
That is the thing.
maybe.
Praxis or Rakano are both fine, as is Combre. Like, worst comes to worst, I end up in a 3-color deck that is all 3 of those things. Searing Fist is just so good because being able to do 4 damage will kill almost anything in this format. At least until you get up to turns like 7 or 8 mana. Alright. The Rune Sword is an Inscribe card that I wouldn't normally give the time of day, because, like, 7 is so much to pay for the pretty good stat, right? Like, set of relic weapon stats. But because it has Inscribe on it, it's actually fantastic. I will say that with the Goliath Axe, it's fine. You know, like, it's still good, and it still could be the pick, though I may be leaning that Arcanum Seeker. But, like, this is the sort of thing where, like, it, you know, when you think of a Mithril Mace as a 5-cost, 3/4 relic weapon, that's kind of like the point. That's, like, really good, or like that's kind of the point of what a good relic weapon is in draft. 7 costs, 2 more for it is so much, but Inscribe just completely erases that problem.
Oh, so yes, Disarm is a nasty card.
Disarm is really good. We're not in Huru, and I've already picked 3 colors for us, so adding a 4th seems pretty dangerous. It's also common, which is buck wild. I am kind of between Arcanum Seeker and Rune Sword here. This would be kind of if we're leaning a bit more into Justice, which would definitely be potentially quite good. Arcanum Seeker needs life gain, obviously, but there is a decent amount of just random cards that give you life gain in time in this set. This is kind of an interesting question. Like, Xenon is probably the most life gainy. It's also like, you know, a 0/4 for 2 isn't the worst card, and a 4/4 for 2 is, with Overwhelm, is kind of amazing. Yes, single color cards are just better, like, for the purposes of drafting. Record, yeah, that is in a normal place. Good. Kind of I threw everything on because we weren't doing webcam or stream chat on stuff beforehand. This is interesting. I also find that it's really hard to get curve in this format.
I feel like we lean high.
Currently, I mean, Lotus Instructor is quite good.
Dive Bomber.
Yeah, it's probably the pick here. Like, Thunderwing is fine. Thunderwing is the Eternal Classic, a 5/5 flyer for 3. This one has Overwhelm.
Other way around.
Yes, 3/3 flyer for 5. Same shit.
The
this is sort of the eternal
would
benchmark.
Be
to be okay. But I'm pretty happy to take the Dive Bomber here.
Yep.
I like Volunteer Core a lot more than I think a lot of people do. Like, obviously it's quite slow, but it is one of the few forms of proper fixing in this. Another Lotus Instructor. Ooh, Find the Moment.
Find
so
the
this
Moment.
is the finest hour of this set. Though finest hour is in draft packs. The thing about it is that like 2/2 for 2 is fine. Having the contract to be able to give it 5/5, and it only costs you like 2 that, you know, you're not stopping you from playing it if you only have 2 power. You just have to play it later. Means that it is ridiculously flexible. So it's a really, really good spell, and I just like having combat fast spells. Like, I think I take this over Lotus.
Yeah.
Battlefield Dasher is also quite nice, but this pack feels pretty decently combre, so I don't feel too bad.
Hey, Warrior Monk.
Star-Kissed Wings is incredible.
Yep, amazing.
So it gives anything that gives a ground unit flying is already pretty good. It has Inscribe, so it can't even screw you by going early.
The monk was mentioned in chat.
Yes.
This is one of the most common life gains.
Yep. Yes, it's quite expensive to gain life with it, and obviously if you're playing it on turn 6, it won't be that relevant to this, but
Yep.
non-zero chance that this ends up in our decks at some point.
But those Star-Kissed Wings.
But Star-Kissed Wings are incredible, and we are absolutely taking those. I'm liking the Combre so far. For the record, Gold-Plated Revolver sucks because there are no heroes in this mode. Grenadin Rescue's fine. It's twice the cost of
the Grenadin?
Yeah, the Grenadin drone for 1 damage to the enemy player, but like it's still, you know, 2 1/1s is still perfectly fine to have, even in a format that has Valor. Trick Throw is actually quite good. Not that it's in our colors.
Silence or the Lad?
Yeah, this is interesting because obviously, like, this is Inscribe and that's quite good. Silence at fast speed is decent for 3. I'm not 100% sure. Last Light Refugees are quite easy to get, generally speaking, so both of them are potentially good. I've been trying to lean more and more into Inscribe as I've been playing more, because it really does, like, it is incredible how much smoother it makes your deck, and like I really kind of want to find the limits of like what I'd be willing to play. I'd still go with the Last Light Refugee. We're
Honestly,
a little thin on rune
I think
units.
we'll see both again.
Almost certainly, yes. Ooh, this is interesting. I think it's probably Nascent Wisp. Just another, you know, like attacker in the sky. The sky is instantly a threat. Hiding spells and power is basically always good, yes. Emburden is an extremely expensive teleport. It's not quite so good at 6, although it can screw up enemy players. I would definitely take both of these ahead of it, though. I still haven't really played much with Mithril Guardian, despite me saying that it seems like a pretty decent card. I think I'm going to take the Wisps, though. Don't really care about either of these. This is way too expensive for what it's trying to do. This guy is interesting because he is like the 3-cost 3/1, and it makes you discard your opponent discard a unit. But the Entomb does give them that card back after you kill them. It is interesting, and I don't totally know how to value it. Loot is bad. All right. Let's see. Oni Quartermaster is kind of amazing, although you do obviously need weapons for it to really take off. Setti's Bravery is fine, but there are better pumps. I think I might want to take Nurturing Sentinel here. This is the first of the stealth units that we've really seen, because I don't think there are any in this set, stealth units. I think it's an older mechanic. But the big thing about it is that it's a wall, and it also pulls power out of your deck for you. And you don't get to choose what it is, but it still helps. Beyond that, Scorpions are fine. We'll see more of them.
Yep.
I have no idea if Diplomatic Immunity is any good. Like, gain 3 health, 4 cost, draw a card, and then I guess it probably has some synergy with random weapon stuff. I always feel those relic weapons that can't attack are just a bit strange.
Bit weird.
All right.
You want Roland's favor?
Now we're talking.
Roland's favor.
Wow, this is a weird one.
Oh, man.
Draw a unit card for each of your units with 4 attack or more. Fascinating. Slay is lovely, and it's a shame that we can't just grab that. By the way, they made Slay fast.
I know, right?
I don't know when that happened, but damn. Forge is slow, but Slay is fast. What a world. Yeah, so Roland's favor isn't much. Bone Mask is fine. Wildfire Sensari is really good. Interesting one. Crown Watch Longsword. I like Seek Power. I like Daring Maneuver. Hell, I even like Rampaging Commando. Cloak Guide is also potentially fun. It's definitely Oasis Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Seek Power makes the Fire Splash a bit more real. It's currently just Searing Fist, but you know. I have never felt bad about Crown Watch Longsword. Tower Inspector is sort of a weird one, because it's like... I like 2-drops. You need 2-drops in this format. Or really, you don't need 2-drops in this format, because there are no 2-drops in this format, but like, this isn't actually a 2-drop. Since it only gets... Like 2-1's a pretty bad thing.
Switch that for 2.
Yeah. Like, a 4-3 for 2 is fantastic, and it's definitely good later on. Like, that's a pretty good stat line right there. I'm not sure if I take it over the Crown Watch Longsword. It is weird, because if you are in a pinch, you could play it on turn 2. I like Daring Maneuver as well, but we are Injustice. So
Yeah, I feel like
we have a lot
of... Yeah.
We have a decent chance of finding random fast spells. And like, obviously, Seek Power I just kind of like.
Always.
Yeah, just in general. I think one Inscribe card right now in Starkist. Interesting.
Yeah, it might well be, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm like, and incidentally, Wildfire Sensari is fantastic, and I've always liked it a lot. This is tough. Definitely want to fill in my units.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely playing a spicy Combre. Definitely like the Seek Power.
Yeah. It's a good card.
It's always a good card, but Crown Watch Longsword and even probably this Tower Inspector are also quite good cards. Like, the big thing about Tower Inspector is even if you pull him later in the game, he's still relevant.
Yeah.
As long as you don't just top deck him with nothing. So, like, the pick, it's so tough. Might just be good to be able to pump up, like, any of my flyers or even Arcanum Seeker into a 2/6.
Yeah.
Nothing getting around that.
Weapon or spell in your hand life.
This would be a way to get Arcanum Seeker working.
It's true.
This is interesting. A lot of people don't really play or don't really block stealth units until they know what they are. Not 100%, but it is definitely like a lot of people will kind of just let them through a lot of the time because letting it hit your face to learn what it is isn't always the worst. This would be a really good way to do that, especially if it's, you know, we could even put like a Crown Watch Longsword or use a Find the Moment for that to get stuff out of its way. It is interesting. Like, it's really close to being Lethrai Ranger, my favorite unit ever. But it's definitely not quite as good as that, given that it's a 2/2 on turn 3. I might still go for it.
Yeah.
I've never played it before, so hey. Hi, Finest Hour.
Sky Crew, Finest Hour.
The funny thing about Sky Crew is that, like, they printed a better version of Sky Crew in this format.
Oh, okay.
It's in the other packs, and if we get one, we'll be really, really lucky. It is Injustice. If we don't, I'll, like, try to remember and, like, bring it up. But we're definitely taking Finest Hour here.
Yeah.
I love me a good fucking Finest Hour. All right. Cost, kill the enemy with the highest attack among all units. Interesting.
teleport.
Teleport is fine. This is removal, and oftentimes, like, the highest attack thing is really good. Like, teleport is pretty good in an aggressive deck, which we may or may not be. Topple, I'm not sure how good it is, but removal's always nice. Oh yeah, Topple is definitely not, like, incredible. Like, it's really good against time decks, because in time decks, they tend to have really big cards that are the ones that you want to kill. That is an interesting one. Teleport is also not bad. I mostly just don't really know exactly what my value on Topple is, like, what my feel with Topple is.
Yeah.
Might go for Topple. There we go. This is one of the things I was looking for, because it just has Summon Gain 2. It's a bear. It has Valor, which means she becomes a 3/3 when she swings in. She gives 2 health, so she activates Arcanum Seeker.
I would take the Copperhole Marshal and the Valkyrie.
Yes, I would be perfectly happy to have, like, basically any of these.
Yeah.
Really, these 3 especially in the deck.
Yes. The Bold Adventure is more of a...
filler, late turn kind of thing. A big thing to know, though, like I said, two drops just don't exist in this format. So, like, every time I see a 2 that I am just completely happy with, I snap that shit up, because so many people are not playing anything on 2 in this format. But yes, I would be perfectly happy to have both of these, especially with this long sword in our hands.
Yep.
Mod Ready Joan is really good. I love this guy. So he can either be a bear, 3/3, bear is a different thing, but he can either be a 3/3 on the ground or a 2/2 in the air, and having that flexibility is fantastic. I love this guy. Little guy. Don't really... Inno's Fury is actually really good.
Oh. Yeah, that is good, yeah.
So, fast speed, +2 attack and quick draw, like, even though it costs 2, like, that's rapid shot right there. Also, the +2 is permanent.
Yep.
It's nutty. Don't particularly care about either of these. Hello, Agile Strike.
Roland Spammer! Woo! Okay, let's fall short. There's Predator's Instinct.
Predator's Instinct and Apprentice Mage are quite good.
Yeah. Great last card.
It'll fit great with my Goliath axe here.
Yeah.
So yeah, the big thing about fall short is that, like, let's see how many things in our deck we would be allowed to use this on. I believe you could use it on him because stealth might or might not be a battle skill. I'm not 100% certain. If we put the flying on him, it wouldn't. This can put... Yeah, Lotus Instructor, you could use it on unless she played Overwhelm on herself. Like, everything in this format has a keyword on it, basically, is what I'm saying. It is interesting. Predator's Instinct to get Killer. The big question is, what do we have that can actually kill things? We are in time, so, like, there's a decent chance that we get something that we really like to put Killer on. But not 100% certain. Heirloom Blade is also worth considering.
Okay, stealth is not a battle skill.
Okay, I kind of thought that it might not be.
But battle skills are Aegis, Berserk, Charge, Deadly, Decay, Double Damage, Endurance, Exalted, Flying, Killer, Lifesteal, Overwhelm, Quick Draw, Reckless, Regain, which we have not seen, Revenge, Unblockable, Valor, and Warcry.
I don't know if Regain is in this format, because I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's, the first time you get hit, you don't take any damage.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
It's really annoying.
I missed that entirely.
I hate it. It comes up in Gauntlet, and I fucking hate it.
So, Apprentice Mage is another 2-drop that I would be fine to have. It gives us extra power, which is always nice. In terms of removal, we do not exactly have a huge amount right now, because we've got that.
Yeah, we're probably cutting a lot of that fire, if not all of it.
Yes. So we don't actually have a huge amount of removal in this.
Yeah, regen. I hate regen. I fucking hate it. Yeah, there's a Mandrake's deck in Gauntlet. And it sucks.
I will say Heirloom Blade is not necessarily my favorite relic weapon, if only because, like, playing it for 2 is amazing, but in Combre, like, we do like most of our units.
We're not generating tokens to destroy.
Yeah, and, like, if it costs less than 4, you kind of are coming ahead, like, when you use it, but you are giving up a bit of board to be able to play this in the first place, so, like...
Go for the Predator's Instinct for removal, or there?
It is true, like, we are actually kind of short on removal. I am still considering splashing for Searing Fist regardless, but
yeah.
we'll see what the deck looks like towards the end. The only thing slowing me down from Predator's Instinct is that we don't have too many big things to put it on. Like, Lotus Instructor's great for it. I think that Valor activates when you kill her, but I'm not 100% certain. I really need to learn that. If it does, then that's very good to put Killer on. I might still go with it just because, again, we are quite light on removal, and Combre is pretty okay for units and big ones. Hello, Divining Rod. Yeah, Valor activates with Killer. I thought that would be the case. I would have been a bit surprised if it
triggered by
didn't.
making a Killer.
Yep. Alright, well, we could take another Nurturing Sentinel. I have found that every one of my decks in this format has 300 3-drops in it. Ensnare is not the worst, but it is definitely a bit weird because A, they need flying, but B, they need to be attacking, which is kind of the really annoying part. Nurturing Sentinel to continue to ramp is definitely reasonable. This deck may just be something that, like, pulls a bunch of sigils and manages to outcurve the opponent. I'm not totally certain. Don't really see anything else that super excites me here. Like, Sentinel Sifter is quite good because paying 5 to give a unit double damage is a bit nutty. But it is in fire. I want to definitely make sure that I do have enough units to play. Interesting. Dormant Sentinel is not good, but he is big, and that might be enough to put it over. Touch of Curity would be another way to activate this Arcanum Seeker. It's not, like, good, but I do feel like I like it a bit more than most people do. It's like I want to be a little careful about saying, like, oh, we'll get other big things and passing on all of the, like, just okay big things that we see. But I may just try to get cheeky with the Touch of Purity to hit Arcanum Seeker.
Yeah, why not?
Silly about it.
Power Trap.
I love this dude.
Inquisitive Alchemist. Yes.
This is another stealth one. The big thing about him is he basically gets Warcry 2 when he dies, which is wild.
He's a jerk.
Like, 4/4 is a really good stat line in draft, and he's essentially 6/6 of stats for what he does. Tower Top Patrol is obviously quite good. Predator's Instinct is quite good.
Weird one.
Valkyrie Station is definitely a weird one. I don't know how you make it work. Yeah, these are both really good. Tower Top Patrol is also quite good. The big thing, I guess, in draft would be playing a relic weapon.
Yeah, you'd have to have, like, relic weapons and maybe some other stuff.
Because it does support any kind of relic weapon strategy by just giving you more uses of your relic weapons, but yeah. I don't think it's very playable in draft. We did take that Predator's Instinct, so it's definitely one of these two. I like this guy. He is such a huge value play, and if we are going to manage to, like...
here already.
Yeah. Copper Hall Marshal is really good. Dormant Sentinel is whatever. We do still have a pack. I'll probably end up taking some of those monks, which we should hopefully see. We have a lot of 3-drops.
Yeah, yeah.
Is like the only downside here. Obviously works good with Crownwatch Longsword and Bone Mask. It lets you see the units in their hand. Most of the cards that let you do that, unless they explicitly say the other player picks, it will show you all of the cards that are relevant.
Oh, bad spell.
And yes, it's only when you select hand that it shows you the hand. Which is an interesting one, yeah. Like, we can potentially, like, gain some info by playing it. We have 11 units right now. We got 8 picks left to make in this pack. Interesting. And we definitely have quite a few spells, although several of them are these. These two I'll think about. Soft removal is always awkward.
The Copper Hall Marshal is...
Yes, and I do actually quite like its stun a lot of the time, especially when decently play. Which I always want to be doing, even when it's probably not the most advisable thing for my deck.
Aggro.
Alright.
Sanctuary Priest is technically, it is a,
It is a life game. That's actually quite good for Arcanum Seeker.
Yeah.
It's like kind of a crap unit on its own,
Yes.
but we are quite low on the very early game. I always said we would be. I also don't see too much that I love. Like, this guy is pretty whatever.
Yep.
He comes back again, and Revenge is quite good, but...
What is Intrigue?
No, it did not actually explain Intrigue because it's kind of weird to me. I believe what it basically does is turns a 3-cost, a 3-cost stealth card into a 5-cost stealth card for the additional effect. I don't think you can choose is the thing. I think if you have 3 power or less, you play it as the 3 power version. If you have 5 power, you play it as the 5. I don't really know. Again, since I never played in the set that had Intrigue, I don't really know like what the implications of the mechanic are, admittedly. Because you don't really see it too often.
Alright, Sanctuary Priest.
Ooh.
Oh, there's another Alchemist. Fall Short.
Yeah, Fall Short is better with silences. Like, Fall Short kind of gives you a thing to do with your silences, although it does have the 2.
There's a, 2.
Yeah.
I love another Alchemist.
Yeah, I am kind of between, like, the eat your vegetables pick of I want to play things on 2 versus the explosive blow them up pick
The nasty
of 6/6 in stats. Is an interesting.
We have had the fortune of killing an alchemist for it to buff. The Bright Mace Paladin was on top of the enemy player's deck, got buffed by the alchemist.
Yeah, into a 5/5, which was really funny.
Fucking swinging.
Loved that shit.
Oh, that was so mean.
We are like super stacked at 5 right now is the other part. Like we have a lot of shit we can do at 5. He's still a really good thing to do at 5.
Excellent for 5, yeah.
And like Bold Adventurer, like the biggest thing about it is just I really hate not playing anything on turn 2.
That's fair.
I am allergic to not playing things on turn 2, but I do find in this format that it is often the case that even good players don't. By the way, sorry we've been going 40 minutes and haven't played a single game. This is just how I play Eternal. I don't think I've ever seen that. It doesn't look good.
You get another Copper Hall Marshal.
It's probably another Copper Hall Marshal.
Oh, well,
I'll take a Rakana banner.
we'll
That makes the splash easier. Horn Vorlunk is actually pretty... Disjunction is weird. It's like fine on the attachments, but... I think Horn Vorlunk's where we want to be. We have none 4s right now.
Yeah. This is its own reward.
This is its own reward.
This is its own reward.
All right, we won. We win. That's what we're taking. This is one of the best cards in the entire format, and we're already in colors for it.
Find the Moment.
Find the Moment's quite good. Helena, though, is like playing Find the Moment as a contract.
Yeah.
But also they can block afterwards. We will take a very quick moment to say Teriak's Mount is fantastic. Curfew Patrol is fantastic because it's got that silence effect that we like, but on a contract with an Aegis Lifesteal unit. Find the Moment is amazing.
Bird?
Yeah. I think Helena is actually this lady.
No, it's the bird. It's the shining bird.
I could be wrong.
Bird.
But
bird.
We're just gonna be a deck entirely of 3 drops.
Yes. Who needs anything more? All right.
Nothing here excites me particularly. Centauri Trident is actually sort of an interesting question. The Recano banner makes it a little easier to splash. I kind of wish we had like an Inscribe fire card or something, because that would also be easier to put in.
Yeah, we'll see if we find one later on. And there's our hero, yeah.
Mithril Guardian is, again, probably fine, but we are so full of threes that it is a decent chance to cut.
Yeah.
Nascent Wisps is kind of in the same boat. If I had some more buffs, I'd be a little more into it. Like,
do you take the Trident? Because I'm going to need cards.
I'm kind of thinking that, yeah. Hey, Delph is really good because he invokes.
Ah, yes.
Roosting Griffin is perfectly reasonable top end.
He's a hero.
Is also a hero.
Armand the Punishing.
Who's also a hero. Basically, anyone with like a name in their card is a hero.
Do you take the Big Bird?
The Big Bird would be a top end. The only downside, like it's a 5/4 flyer, so it's pretty decent. The only downside is that it does cost 7, which is a lot, and doesn't have Inscribe. Oh yeah, Delph's having a good time.
Oh yeah.
Invoke is really, really strong if you can ever get it.
I guess the thing is, like, else is
yeah,
great.
like Lost in Thought is teleport with Inscribe on it, which makes it quite good. The cost is a bit awkward, but you will almost always have a target you can hit with it. So the fact that it has Inscribe makes it pretty decent. We are currently at 18 units, and I'm fine with removing some of these threes, probably.
Yeah.
Probably okay with the Big Bird. Like, we do already have a teleport, is I guess. If I look at like what our stuff is right now.
It's fun to have to make him unkillable, and he died anyways.
That's it.
Okay.
So this is the thing that I said is Sky Crew, but better. It costs 3. The effect that gives the unit +3/+3 and endurance, which is not flying, but does mean it can even block, costs 5 instead of 8. And also, it doesn't even slow you down because it plays a 3/3. It's disgusting.
Plays a bear.
It's ridiculous.
Plays a bear.
And this is why I said 3/3 is a bear, because
plays a bear.
Saddled Ceratosaur, also quite good. It is a bear that can give killer. But Brigade Halt. Bear's
threes, huh?
Bear banner. Tower Lookout's a 2. Nemuro the Pure is pretty decent at 3/4, but I'm definitely taking the 2 cost. I don't have a huge amount of Inscribe in this deck, and that may end up being a problem, but we'll see. We're definitely now getting to the late portion. No idea if this is any good, although it would help us speed up to things. Probably be a pretty early cut in our deck. We'll see. Oh, that is a really nice late Saddled Ceratosaur. Take the Rune Sword, that probably makes the deck. Breach of the Defenses is like really good. But I don't know if we're gonna play it.
No.
We'll have to like take a look at what our power is. All right. Well, we have 40 cards here, only one of which is power, so there's gonna be quite a few cuts that have to be made
Little
here.
bit. Probably kill at least one of those breach the defenses.
Yeah. I mean, it is basically like Torch that can also kill curses. Mostly just look at all my various stuff. This is essentially a worse breach the defenses.
Yeah, and we kill the Eraser?
Probably, like, we have a decent amount of 5s that we'd like to get up to. This would ramp us up to it, but I don't know. I feel like given the amount of 3s we have, our time will be better spent on turn 3 playing a lot of different things.
Okay,
so Piss is its own reward definitely goes.
Out. Kill. I already killed the bird.
Yes.
The 3 cost 0/4.
Yes, I took that out while we were drafting. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 3 drops. This one does like basically smooth our curve out, which I like. I might only play 1 instead of 2, but we'll definitely think about that. In terms of non-fire removal, we've got 1, sort of 2, sort of 3, 4, and then potentially 5 here.
We
So we're not
also
actually
have the Dive Bomber.
And yes, I am looking at the Nascent Wisp as well as a potential cut, because it's fine, but we have a billion threes.
The dive bomber is.
And yes, dive bomber is also removal. So like we're not doing too bad if I was to cut all of this, just to make the deck run a bit smoother.
I think so.
Hey, glad you enjoyed the draft. It's been quite a while since we have.
We had fun with Dicey and Slay the Spotter, but.
Eternal was one of the originals. We had streamed Eternal for a long time.
It just got to the point where it wasn't fun.
Yes, and that is a big thing. One thing that I always have trouble is figuring out exactly how many inscribes I have, so what I do is just search them. So we have 3, 2 Justice, and 1 Time. The big thing about Inscribe is that as far as your power is concerned, you can essentially think of those as like a full sigil. Which means that if we were to play 15 power in this would be an 18 power draft deck.
Yep.
And that's like the real power of Inscribe. That like, you can either have a game-ending threat in something like Star-Kissed Wings, a really good top deck in Rune Sword later on in the game, like silence if they play some stupid hero, like some stupid legendary card that has like the weirdest effect in the world. But if you don't need all of those things, you can also do, like if you have them in your starting hand, you can just play them as power, and that's fantastic.
I think that means 2 more cuts then if we run 15.
If we're running 15, yeah, it's either 2 or 3 cuts at this point. We're at 20 units. I'll probably take the wisps out just because, again, we are so full of 3s right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things that I would be happy to play on turn 3. I dropped Eternal mostly because I'm bad at 3-color formats. I admit this. This is interesting. Touch of Purity is probably a worthwhile potential cut, but I'm not going to give up on the Arcanum Seeker Dream. We actually have like more early game plays than I often have in these kinds of decks.
Oh, 1.
I am looking at that because, of course, we only do have the Crown Watch Longsword and the Bone Mask and the Star-Kissed Wings to pass. It's actually, like, it's not bad. I guess if I was to cut a 3 cost, it's like probably either one of the Marshals or the Botanist, which is like kind of the sneaky play. Yeah, another thing that I really like about the limited format, about draft specifically, that I hadn't, or that wasn't true of older ones, was that they changed the reward structure recently so that instead of getting packs as rewards, you get a lot more gold, which means that if you hit 5 wins, you are guaranteed to get 5,000 or more, and the draft is free. Before, it was basically only 7 wins that would get you enough money to loop, which was more or less impossible. Yeah, draft is extremely my favorite format as well, and I really like this format. I've been having a lot of fun with it so far, even if, like, I've made it to Diamond installed pretty hard. Add power to this, and for some reason it always like adds up to 18, but that's fine. We'll take a look at what our power spread is after I cut.
2 Justice and 1 Time Inscribe, so we're currently at 8.
8 and 10, which may or may not be what we want to see with it.
It's alright. Our split.
We're
not getting anything like.
I may try playing a game with the Mavloff Botanist, and if it goes badly, then we have learned. Alright, so in terms of doubles, we've got Helena, of course, so we do really want the Justice.
We are more Justice.
Yes,
so.
we are 17 to 15 in terms of, got you two who are also here. If we're lucky, none of our time cards actually cost 2, which helps a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Would we be still like 8-10, or would we want to be like 7-11?
It is an interesting question. The only thing is that a lot of our 1 and 2 drops are time.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to, but I think that it is either this or that. No.
Nope.
You do have to read your cards now to see if you have an Inscribe one with hands like that. Yeah, this is also not amazing, and this is the thing that I would be worried about with this. This hand I would keep.
Yeah, that's
perfectly fine.
That less so.
In the other direction, of course.
Yep.
does have
That's
this
fine.
Inscribe. It works. It's got, like, it's a pretty slow
amazing,
start, but it will
but-
make it up to Rune Sword, and I probably don't have to play that as an Inscribe there. The big thing is that I want to both be able to play Elena and play her contract, so it is fine if we, Leon... This is difficult. We definitely are looking for 3s to play. I think given what I'm seeing here, I will probably swap it over
back,
and
yeah.
just kind of see. I mean, I don't know for certain. That's...
The vast majority of things need one time.
Yeah, 8 and 10.
One just.
Yes, we are, like, our bomb, like, you don't really care about doubles when they cost 5 and 7 so much. You do care when they cost 3. Because playing her down on 3 could win you the game right there. Let's give this a shot. Finally start playing after literally an hour.
Hooray!
Part of it was that I explained all the mechanics beforehand, and that took a bit.
Hi! Thank you for the host.
Thank you so much.
And
Welcome.
you got him back into Eternals. This is your fault, Ty.
That is correct. Ty Tuesday. It is your fault that I am playing Eternal again. No. It's only 2 power, doesn't have all my influence, and only basically puts him out. This plays Starkissed Wings out. This is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, you hate to play Starkissed Wings as an Inscribe because it's incredible as a card, but this is the kind of thing that Inscribe, like, allows for, where this hand is actually quite good.
Oh, my little Harvest cow!
yeah.
Yeah!
We've been doing that.
My friends!
Ooh, this is intriguing.
We
I
did
think I can
forget-
sit.
We didn't actually figure out what plush to do for. The pig was from Stella Glow.
Yes.
He's just a little pig. He's actually
This
the
pig is the Gravity Falls pig.
He's the Gravity Falls pig, yes. We normally have the snake for Slay the Spire, but we haven't picked it.
We don't have a plush for Eternal, no.
I have to figure out what we want to do for Eternal. Oh, hello.
Alright, well, never mind. I am going to play Starkissed Wings as an Inscribe unless I pull another Justice, which I might. This is an interesting question. Go for Chonk.
Waldos is an excellent pig.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny plush Eternal Throne, yeah. Can I get a Lethrai Ranger?
The other thing that Starkissed Wings does is it'll put Brigade Hall online. And I think what I'm gonna
Are you
do...
gonna play that first?
Yes. I can sit on Elena for like a while. Haunted Chasm, thank you
Thank
for
you
the
for the
follow.
follow.
They have something.
I have 4 power and 3 colors.
Yep. But yeah, a nice thing about holding back Helena is that I can scout for, like, removal and shit. Like this, for example. Not that this would affect, but this is fine. Like, the amazing thing about Brigade Hall is that it doesn't even slow you down. It plays
played a
like
bear.
a 3-cost unit.
It
That's
played a
nuts.
bear. Look at him, isn't he adorable? I think I do
Ah,
have...
beautiful.
You know what I do have? I do have polar bears.
Nothing gets past me.
Do you have another Dundrox ruse? Is that what we're going here? No, okay. That's annoying, but fine. This is draft. You can tell because there's no numbers on my rank. Oh, shit. That's permanent. Nice.
I don't know if he'll fit on camera, but... I have loads of bears.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna ruin their day next turn, huh? Why didn't you, That's weird. I don't agree with that decision, but okay. But hey, guess what giving endurance does? Why did you play an ambush unit on your turn?
You gotta throw out Liao and, I'm gonna cry.
Mm-hmm. This card is so fucked.
Yeah, it's a air gun.
All right, interesting. Just win, don't I? Ah, they do have enough to play disarm on me. So I should probably do this the respectable way.
I also have a plush owl.
Game had an issue there. All right, what do you got? And is it disarm?
It's just gonna be shove all the plushes in.
I was thinking about being rude with the botanist, yes. Yeah, I knew they had a disarm, so I wasn't gonna pour all my shit in there. They held up the power. Yeah, Helena is basically that 6-cost, Cabal unit. I probably should have just swung in with everything there now that I think about it. No? Don't do that?
What?
No? I'm like not paying as much attention as I probably should be. Alright, now I don't care about the...
Did play everything.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they were like, take it, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
We can learn much. A dash of 221.
Like, there is a non-zero chance they can pull this back, because I am being held back pretty aggressively.
Yeah.
Marison's Legacy is not the worst card. Ah, hey there, Cormance? Cormorants? I'll get it eventually.
Words!
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Guess not much reason not to. They'll probably give it flying next turn. Ah, nice. Okay. Oh, we don't quite win here, but we're getting close.
Yeah, if you silence it out of the air, next turn you do win with Find Them.
Yep.
We can learn much.
Ooh, scary.
I mean, that's a big lad.
They're quite big on the ground, yes. They unfortunately have now played out basically everything. I just gotta really hope they don't have a 1-cost unit that kills Helena, or a 1-cost fast spell that kills Helena.
Can I ace space?
Yeah, do they have Defiance is now the question. If you do, you actually win.
Yeah, it's Find Them. Nope.
Woo!
Woo!
Probably closer than I would have liked. But we 1-0.
Way! One win!
Love to see it.
One win!
What I'm gonna do is add this deck to my spreadsheet. Very important that I do my spreadsheets. But yes, owls win everything.
I've got Owl Plush out now.
Mm-hmm. I've also found the queues are not too long, which is nice. I'm also keeping track of my inscribes now in the set, just to like, it's so important in this format. It's absolutely wild. By the way, Ty, you hosted at literally the perfect point because I spent nearly an hour drafting this deck.
Yeah.
Because
you
I'm the
spend, like,
slowest drafter in the world.
15 minutes explaining things and then
Yes.
45 minutes drafting.
Yes, which is basically what our Eternal streams always were, which is why we often only did one.
Yes.
I mean, I kind of have to talk myself through everything.
The Were-Dragon.
No.
Yeah, no. we don't
Incredible,
have-
no.
I was like double checking.
You always
like,
double check it, but
Inscribe,
like,
but-
yeah.
That's
this is
fine.
fine. Yeah, this will draw power for us.
Yeah, move
This will help
Dive
us get
Bomber.
up to these things. I can
Yeah.
play a 2/3 in the air. All good things.
Perfectly cromulent.
That is an Ictraxia.
It's a Were-Dragon. But we will have the power for the outcome.
Really, we need another Justice Sigil.
Yeah, hoping that guy pulls us a Justice.
Ideally, yes.
Ugh,
That is a problem.
that's annoying.
Could have gained 1 health there.
Yeah, good thing too. Other way around. Mm-hmm. It'd be very difficult to remember what order you should play cards.
Oh yeah, often changes.
Alright, what's that lad?
So he is a 2-cost 3/1 that gives a spell that plays +1 power. Quite good. I'm probably willing to block with the,
1, 2.
Ooh, we got
no.
problems. All right, we lose. This game is already over.
It's over. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's a problem. Problem for which we have like. No...
We have an answer. But like, if they do anything to get it out of the way, like, we're doomed. Like, if they can do literally anything to this 2/5, the game is done. I had to take out quite a loan to even do that.
What is Morgan's color? He like.
He's filmed.
Yeah, they
they're-
managed to do a 3-color perfect turn. Holy shit.
Yep, it's worked out pretty well for them.
Wow.
Does look like they do not have a way to make him swing in this turn, at least. That's fine. Right. Basically don't get anything this turn. I am at least kind of like half undoing the Gorgon Swiftblade's attacks, which is nice. Yeah, I need that silence yesterday.
Oh.
Thank you.
Sure. We do at least get to play the Griffin out, which is nice.
My formulas.
This is also where, like, Dive Bomber, like, you can kind of see the limitations.
Yes, nothing here has big enough health.
Yeah. Honestly, I would love to attack in with this. But I am the defensive player here. My only real out is Griffin.
Big lad, yep.
Yep.
We do have the power to play him next.
Yes. They likely have removal for him, but
Yes.
we don't have much choice. We at least can, like, if they play something really scary, probably kill it. So, Eavesdrop's really fucking good. Yeah, I know.
Is it the dive bomb and the alchemy?
Probably, unfortunately. They don't have anything that we want to dive bomb here in hand right now. But yeah, dive bomb or eavesdrop is kind of nuts in terms of card advantage, and it has inscribe on it, so like it's never dead.
That's a mean card.
Yup. Eavesdrop is nutty. Like, they were talking about it potentially being the best shadow common in this set.
You block with? No, because that's deadly quick draw, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
He kills anything I block.
Yep.
All right, the time sigil was would have been the correct play.
Well, I mean, there was no
We're
way
not
to know.
psychic.
And if we hadn't drawn a power, he would have been dead in our hand. So,
Yup.
and he is our way out.
Yup. I really want my relic weapon. This is what I was expecting.
There is,
Yeah. He was dead the second he came down. Like, I have not forced any removal out of them. I really need that sword. Quite good. That would let me kill off the Hunter's Harpoon, which changes the math quite a bit. We're not able to stop it, which is nice. If we can stall this out hard enough and find Helena, we might be okay. Big might, though.
Mm-hmm.
Brigade Hall would also be nice. They can give this flying. And it would become a 3/2 flyer, which is definitely a bit scary. This though, this is the guy.
Yep.
This is one of the stronger common win cons in the game
They have
right now.
ooh, hello.
Okay.
We have units with 4
They would have to give up. I'm like, do I want to put it on this and try to sneak through with the Overwhelm?
They actually can't kill.
Right.
They can't double block and kill that. Yeah.
Yes. Is an interesting one, because it would also mean I'd draw 3 cards if they let it hit face, so like they would actually have to, they could block with these 2 basically. I think I would take. Almost like, do I attack in with the 4/4? But probably not.
Nah.
I kind of want him to die. But yeah, if they ever let this hit face, I draw a buttload of cards. I think it's too late. We're at 7 health, unfortunately. Unless.
Ooh, yes, we did
Alright.
get a unit with killer.
Yes, and that's the 4/4 here, who kills the Cabal Embezzler and stops that win con. I'm shocked they let me hit base. I absolutely would have
I would
traded
have
the
traded
3/3.
in the 2/2, honestly.
Like, unquestionably.
Well, no, yeah, you'd have to
Nothing
do
gets
like
past me.
the 0/2 and the 3/3. And now we can give a unit flying.
It's either the 4/4 or the 4/7. Probably the 4/4, because then if they kill it, I get something else at 2/2.
Yeah.
I do have the problem of the Gorgon Swifty. And it is like a pretty big problem. That helps a lot though. Okay.
Ooh,
Now
okay.
we're in fun times.
Okay, so is it the Overwhelm with...
That's interesting. I
Large
feel like if they're gonna
wound.
kill us, it will probably be like a hard removal, so the amount of health
Yeah.
won't matter. So I think getting the double is fine here.
Oh, do you want to... If you touch a purity, can you give that lifesteal and another unit lifesteal?
Ooh, that is fun, yes.
I guess you could give the 4/7 and the 4/4 lifesteal, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put the wings on the 4/4.
Yes, but I have to play first.
Yep.
They have to take a bad block on this. Didn't have to attack in with the 4/7, but I want the health, and if they, the only way they can really kill it is like, yeah, that, which is the only thing I'm actually scared of. Like right now, I'm just gonna simplify their board, gain a ton of health back, and hopefully win with a 6/5 in the air. I don't think that's correct. Sure.
They have something. What do they have?
Yeah. No, I'm good, thanks.
Might find me
Ooh, that's killer again.
Sure does. What else do you have?
Something.
Yeah, and we haven't drawn Helena or Brigade Hall yet. 23 cards for me to find a win con.
Yeah,
that's better than I ever could have hoped for what happened there. I was kind of just expecting I would play him down and maybe get a 2/2 on something I could use.
Yeah, he's now up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
A dash of 221.
All right.
I don't miss.
That's very nice.
I should be able to win with this. And even if I don't, I like clear their board pretty well.
Oh, you win.
Hi.
I got a little greedy there. Yeah.
Hey there. Yes, we've been streaming on Twitch for quite a while.
Did we celebrate our 4th year?
I feel like that's correct. Yeah, like 4 years and change now. Alchemist just was nutty there.
Alchemist went. Got all the keywords.
He didn't even do the thing that like he's meant to do. The lifesteal that I got with that was really good.
Yeah, they started with such a brilliant start.
Great story. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow. And it's wild that we managed to win that considering the not-so start they had.
Yes. Man, this deck plays long. Granted, if we had like ever pulled Helena or whatchamacallit, Brigade Hall, we would have been fine.
The start really had would have won 9 out of 10 games.
Unfortunate, but
yeah,
no.
it's unfortunate. One is Inscribe there.
This is fine.
That has
I am
Inscribe,
playing the Rune Sword
yeah.
as power here.
Yeah, and it gets Helena.
Yep, sure does. Like, the
And,
fucked up thing about
2 cost.
Helena is that I can, if I don't pull more power, I can just do this and give her that for, like, big smacks. Like, that's kind of the nutty thing about
Okay,
Contract.
we have our first pick, our Goliath.
Finally, yes.
Max.
We'll probably be able to play it. That's great.
Sound the alarm.
Right, they are currently in
I
Huru.
do love sounding alarms.
Sound
They're also sounding
The alarm
an
is being sounded. Alright, well, I have nothing better to do. Interesting. I'm like, I might or might not end up taking the dead on either of the wheels. Helena Skydied is going to die to a disarm, I basically guarantee. They want to trade that.
drive them back. Let them through. There are no secrets.
Like, we're gonna ask them if they have disarm in their hand right now.
Follow my lead.
I think I God, I'm like looking at this Lotus Instructor and I'm even like, do I take the contract on that when I have these?
That's
I
a
feel like I
wild
might
one.
not, which is so weird.
We learn much.
Because, like, it is permanent. I could even put it on her herself. It just means that I don't get to do anything next turn unless I top deck it. Awkward.
Yeah, next turn, I wonder if we want, like,
It's
Goliath Axe?
probably the Goliath Axe if I had to guess. It's so hard to give that up.
We like Eternal more than Hearthstone.
Yes, definitely. Hearthstone has gotten kind of silly.
But it's pretty similar. Don't have any power.
We can learn much.
I will ask them if they have an answer.
We enjoy Eternal.
They do have a trick. I am in a bit of trouble here, to the point where I'm debating if I want to allow them to hit base here. That does have Valor.
Yes, it does.
And I feel like they wouldn't swing in unless they had a trick here, because I can kill it. Yep. I mean, it did get the thing out of the air, so like, it kind of served.
I have something.
That was obvious. Sure.
Oh man.
I could be a little bit silly about that.
Do we put it in the air?
That is an interesting question. Probably the correct move. 4 health in the
Yeah,
air
you
is
might
a
like
lot
swing
to
it in
do.
because it trades, but
It would trade with the 4/3, but not Helena. Or actually, it would trade with Helena in that case.
Yes, it would trade with
but they did
both,
get the
yeah.
like. I like the position we're in more.
put it in the air. Now we have 9 damage in the air.
Yeah, I'm asking them a lot of questions, and I don't know if they have the answers to them.
Yep.
Especially because I have a teleport.
Yeah, if they put something in front, you can.
Yep.
Oh, we got silence and teleport. Bring down. Done. Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Ah, yes, that. That less so.
I'm good.
I mean, like, yeah.
I'm good.
We have it back, but
I probably hold on to this. Like, it would help me get to Roosting Griffin, but
put Helena back out.
I am debating whether I want that or to give this. Because it gives endurance, it would break the thing. It is like.
Does that not just mean you win, like, out there?
Not quite, because 9 damage, I think.
Yeah, but they'll have 1 health for next turn. That's what I'm saying.
I can't attack in. I already attacked.
Oh, right. You already did. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, next turn with, like, both of you attacking, would that not win? 3 and the 9?
It's not permanent.
Oh, it's this turn. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, let's hope they don't have another disarm, is kind of where we're at right now. That is annoying, but probably just means I just don't take the me on Helena. Probably do, actually. Anyway.
I must fight.
There are no secrets.
Mostly to just make it attacking right now.
Yeah.
So that I... Oh, wow, they went down to 1. That's fascinating. I can silence stuff. I can't silence that 2/4, but
not
they've
the
got...
eggs, but if they put another thing out there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how many things can you have that have silence?
No entry.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
Definitely a problem.
Being stuck on power the way I have been is definitely awkward.
Yes.
This is gonna be close.
I was wondering if you wanted to play silence as an drive to get 5.
I kind of need be able to knock this out of the way. Now though,
Oh, we're fucked. We lose the.
We're gonna lose. Man, how sad. We had such a good start.
That draw went rough.
Yeah, it's like... Would have been able to play that with Killer. I don't think it would have helped me. Damn. They pulled
They
perfectly.
drew well and they
like,
drew
I
terribly. Yeah.
cannot, like... stress that enough.
Oh! Oh!
You know, I'm really glad that I didn't fuck that up by mistake because I was not thinking of that. I'm not gonna pretend I should have won that. If that had one more health, I would have lost. I wanted that flyer out of the way, and I was not thinking of the word overwhelm, even slightly. Yeah, Alchemist. MVP.
Oh my god.
I warned you about the Alchemist, bro.
That's why going down to 1 is scary.
Yup. There's a lot of ways to do 1 damage. Alright.
Oh my god.
I don't even care what happens with this deck anymore. I'm good. I got my fill. God, Helena is so stupid. I will also say, I have now twice teleported, like, against kill spells. My respect for teleport as a defensive card is growing.
There are a lot. That was like, that was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I also wasn't thinking
No.
of the 1 damage. I was also just like,
It's
yeah,
mostly
killer.
because, like, we didn't have a
Killer's
wet...
been
Yeah,
out
exactly.
there.
Like, you know, okay, I was just thinking, okay, I might be able to survive a turn if I get that fucking 4/4 out of the air. Like, that was where my brain
4/4,
was.
and then you can block the Valor unit without dying, and then it was suddenly like 0. It's like, oh, wait, what?
Oh, right.
Oh!
Vorlunk has Overwhelm.
Shit! Oh,
Yes,
man.
teleport is definitely a lot better in a deck where, like, I'm getting effects off of stuff like this, where, like, you know, the fact that both times I've played teleport on my own units, it's given me either Helena's ridiculous contract back, or a killer 4/4 back. Like, that's the kind of shit where teleport is really good in both sides of the board, and I really haven't, like... You don't usually see that in draft, to be honest. Also, we're playing the Weird Dragon again? Wait a second.
Oh, that feels mean. It has Inscribe.
I'm keeping this.
Yeah.
I'm playing this as a bear. I'm playing Brigade Hall. I
Yep.
have a Predator's Instinct already. This
Yep.
is fine.
Yep, that feels fine.
I didn't think you actually could play someone again.
Sorry.
So are they in another deck?
Hey, Weird Dragon.
The price of progress.
Valkyrie's ass.
Correct.
This is a different deck. So yes, they redrafted and we re-rolled into them. I am going to take that Nurturing Sentinel here.
For the power.
Yeah, I need power. Okay, they have a trick. It is probably Find the Moment. That is worth keeping in mind. But yes, I need power real bad, like.
That's perfect, too.
The funny thing about Brigade Hall is like, what are they gonna do about it, you know? Unless you have specifically relic removal.
Ooh, what do we have?
They've been waiting for a while now. at the end of each turn. I feel like it's probably a find the moment.
They get that at the end of the turn.
Yes.
Yeah. Stacker. Hey, Helena. I feel like you take the contract, right?
Yeah. It'll give me 2 mana next turn. I have Predator's Instinct and
There are no
lady.
secrets.
Not a kill thing. Yeah. Is there a moment or find a star or something in that regards?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little more.
Yeah, give that to the... Ah, to yourself.
Yourself.
Okay, that makes sense. They have taken a ton of debt on. I think what I do is Predator's Instinct the bear to get the aspirant out of the way.
If they blast the spell on it.
They can't.
Oh, they have no power.
They have -3 mana currently. Yeah, let's just say, what if I want to end the
Do you
game?
put the two
Must.
lady
Yes.
down?
Nothing gets past me.
Especially because right now, if I can, I probably want to play Brigade Hall. And she's a really good Brigade Hall target with Valor.
Yep.
Because a 5/5 Valor smacking in just feels bad. This will force them to
Well.
use their trick.
Yep.
Okay.
Helena, yes, fair enough.
That is good and correct, yes. I do still do 5 damage to them. If I pull another power, I just play Roosting Griffin and things get very funny. Like, how much removal do you have? Ah! Same hat!
Ooh, same hat.
And that costs 1 extra. Alright. Funnily enough, they do kill this. 7. Yeah, they would be able to kill it.
Yeah.
By double blocking it. I can still potentially force the issue, though. It's that or play Inquisitive Alchemist, aka the best card ever printed. And if they want to swing in on it, that's fine.
My formula is perfect.
I like this because he can swing in without the buff, and if they
Yes.
attack it, they lose their weapon, and I get +2/+2 on something.
Yep.
Yeah, they do still have the plus, which I'm still thinking is fine the moment. I guess they could kill my Nurturing Sentinel now, and that's probably what I get all that value out of that. They've certainly made it interesting.
Ah.
Yeah, that's gonna do that. Ellie. Battle Valor. Valor dude. I use this on the Sky Crew because this will get it out of the way, and I
And we
can...
can slack them.
Yup.
Oh, do we sleep? All as well. We have the
I am
power
thinking of
for
it, but yeah, like, I guess I don't really have another turn where I'm going to.
Yeah.
So I might as well just build a life lead here.
And you can put lifesteal on the Griffin.
Yes.
Good. Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's still...
Yeah, they still have their, teleport.
Okay.
Well, we know what that is now. Definitely a little...
Yeah, we got problems now. Really need to find power.
I'll do my best.
Is decisively not power.
Nope.
So Brigade Hall would force a trade. I think I just need bodies.
Rest here, traveler.
They learned it from us, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, and at 1 power, please.
Or my weapon.
Yes, or our Goliath axe.
Yeah, that definitely hurts.
And we still have a rough time attacking it.
Yes, it is a 4-4. I feel like I probably have to take this trade.
Finally get that bring the moment out their hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it was actually that was holding it up.
Yeah.
Now as long as they can't draw it from their void, we're okay. Finally trade in there.
Hello,
Finally.
Griffin.
Alright, you have 2 cards in your hand. What are they? Oof. This was close. I'm gonna give it to the other guy.
Just a little more.
They do have something. It's Ensnare, isn't it? Okay.
Oh god, yeah, that gives them 2 turns to pull something.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, they also have Sky
Yes,
Crew.
they have Sky Crew, which is a winning thing. Although Roosting
Oh, yeah,
Griffin can
once-
will get me 5 health back.
Yeah, when you block it.
Ooh!
Oh!
What? This is fucking. They have had 2 separate 1-cost things. Fuck.
You attack in here.
Yes, I attack in with both because they will both win it, and then I play the 5/5
Because they
and hope
have
they
to
can't.
lose. Die.
Yes, and the 5 life steal on this means that like they can't actually kill me unless they draw a 3rd removal in a row that costs 1. Let's see it.
They have any removal with
Yes,
that,
this
honestly.
is true. If they do, I can't be mad.
Oh!
Weird Dragon, both of your if
Oh
you've
my
ever
God.
watched this or if you're
So
sniping
good.
or whatever, both of your games have been
So
ridiculous.
good.
I cannot believe. Oh my god. This deck is a ride.
Every match is
Every match is terrifying.
Every match we have pulled our shit and they have pulled their shit.
Yup, and we just slap shit against shit and somehow we're 4-0. Heck.
Oh, how can hell? It's that kind of form.
This is an extremely weird interactive swingy format, yes. Board stalls are fake. No such thing.
Nope.
Like, the big thing is that Contract really gives everyone high-cost bombs, where it's like, you can play an expensive unit and contract it and not really care that you're paying, like, 9 mana for an effect, and even though it's, like, not an amazing 9 mana effect, because you could pay 6 up front and then play, like, 3 next turn, you're like, that's still, it still lets them make some really ridiculously powerful cards. And yes, Skycrag is chock full of board wipes in this format. There's a bunch of, like, rare-ish Justice ones as well, like, kill every unit with 4 or more attack and shit like that. Like, It is absolutely nutty. But yeah, this is the kind of board format where you're like, there's a ton of removal, which has meant that they can make units like really, really good in general, which means that you start mind gaming stuff with like, okay, I'm gonna play out this unit that's kind of threatening to hide my actually really threatening Helena to just blow them the fuck up.
Man, because we've won 4.
Yeah, it's having some trouble
It's
matching
like,
us.
it's like, can't find anyone. You beat Weird Dragon twice. What are we doing?
We're all out of people.
We're out of people. What are you doing?
Ah, Patamaru. I've talked to them on the Discord a decent amount. I'm debating it. Like, I have a 2, I have a 3, I have 5 power to hit my bombs.
Yeah.
Like, this is also a pretty good one that can respond to their threats.
Yep.
Let's see how it goes. Alright, pretty strong start by them.
Yep.
They take the thing there because they are essentially playing a 2-drop on turn 1 here.
Yep.
With charge for funsies. And because they went first, like, I am already at quite a disadvantage, so we'll see if this goes. There's an eternal, the Direwolf Digital Discord. We do have a Discord for Patreon and
Twitch
Twitch
subscribers.
subscribers as well, though. Alright, this is gonna be a really nutty game, kind of no matter what happens.
That's always is when you have Helena.
Mm-hmm. If they want to spend removal for that, that's fine. I will trade this card for a daring removal.
They're going.
Question now is if I play Helena or if I sacrifice Dive Bomber. Given that they still have like 5 cards in their hand, it is tough. But if she dies to a Searing Fist, the game is basically over. If this dies to a Searing Fist, then hopefully they don't have another one. And it is at least an even trade. The one upside here is that they have not played anything else. So, like, you know, depending on what we see. Ooh, love that. This is getting absolutely wacky. Oh god, now it's like, how precious do I want to be with my Helena? That is honestly really tough. Like, I could double block with this and one would survive if they didn't have a trick. I could also potentially scare them into not. And now that it trades with Helena, she's no...
Yep.
The dash of 221.
We might just get run down by a single unit. Because we decided to start with all the power, which I do defend as an idea.
And we're going just fine, honestly. It's just like...
Alright, so if I play this now, I get 1 debt that carries over to next turn, which means I can play Bone Mask.
Yes.
I also feel like I play this on the Botanist. Yeah, because that gives me a body.
There are no secrets.
Alright, this game just got fun. I do not know if I'm playing this Bone Mask on Helena or the Bird.
Yes, that's an interesting question.
It's rather tough.
There's your second.
There Rakano. You finally know that.
Yes, like... Either way you go, it's kind of eggs in a basket.
Yes.
Because you might have to sacrifice Dive Bomber to kill something.
Exactly.
Or
Whereas
they
if
might
I
just
lose
kill
Helena, yeah, like if I lose Helena, then like without Bone Mask, the game is in trouble. Rally might exist. Hell yes. This is an interesting turn. Sure.
Okay, that I guess makes our decision for us.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the bone mask. Only draws if we have 4 for
Yep.
attack.
Yep. The two grandfather's axes are interesting.
Yes.
Fascinating, I might say. That's really good. Kind of have to give up Helena here, don't I? Not that she does that much for me, regardless. Hero.
Be free.
Visitors in there.
This would at least block really well.
It blocks your 3/2 Valor.
Yes.
Whereas your 3/3 blocks the.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I like that.
Yeah.
For Zulta!
Make it real awkward for them to swing in because this is going to be close. They can
yeah.
absolutely drag this across the line at this point.
They got us down real fast.
I can't be moved.
Okay, so there goes my win con.
Yep.
Now we're
That's
winning
a
on the
problem.
ground. There are other win cons.
Yep.
Not one of them.
Nope.
But I can play both
You
of
can
these
play
and you
both.
just get full chuffed.
Yep.
I'll wait to attack in with the 3/5 until I have a trick behind it. I'm debating if I want to swing in with this and try to get something from them, but I don't know if it would be that good.
My formula is perfect.
Not sure you would get anything
Yeah.
super amazing at that.
Nope.
They might have rally.
Touch of Purity would actually be hilariously good here.
Yes.
Alright, so I think I kill the 3/3 Aegis. We don't really have a better thing to do with this.
Hi.
I have to be very careful about this.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
But I do gain 5 health, so it's like... I could kill the 4/3 and go down to 1 health. I could kill the 3/2. I could kill a 1/1 and just get it out of the way.
Yeah, would it be better like a 1/1 and in the 4/3?
Well, I can't attack a second time.
Ah, yes. Of
Yes, I
course.
can only attack one time per turn with a relic weapon, even if it's 2 different relic weapons.
I feel like the 1/1 is
Safer.
safer.
Yes. It would
Fire's
let
a
me
little-
swing in with this guy if I did
Yeah.
kill, like, the 3/2,
Yes.
which I am debating.
Yeah.
He does have endurance.
Yep.
Yeah, and it is like they might have a trick in their hand, which is the scary thing. But I think I have to play this to win it. They get the axe back, which is fine. We.
Oh, every match is terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bigger.
You slap it on the grandfather's axe on.
sure are. I feel like I'm using this as health right now.
Very nice. Actually use that and then play it, right?
Yes, the question is on whomst.
Yes. Do you go for your bird so it goes over the top?
Well, I could force some bad trades if I put it on this guy. I'd be pushing more damage through.
Yeah, that's fair. Count with a grenade in.
You messed with the wrong gal.
I feel like on your flying net is now a clock. +1/+1. Or...
4/5 with a 4/4.
Yeah, I'm like either the Valor, the 4/4, or the 4/5. I think.
Just a little more.
Are going down to 1.
Oh! Oh, good lord. I feel like none of your fights off stream have been this terrifying.
No! Jesus, no!
And you've gotten some 7 wins.
Oh my god. Well, that's 5-0.
This is an exciting Friday night. Holy shit. Yeah, now we've at least broken even. This is going real good. I realize I may have to go to bed straight after this.
I know, I'm so sorry for all of the... everything that I've just inflicted on everyone here. Oh my god.
I'm exhausted watching all this happen. Or packages on the...
Ooh. I cannot believe that we got that across the line.
Alright, looks like you're getting the Demon's Souls remake on Monday.
Yes, it is not Demon's Souls, it is Demon's Souls.
Souls.
Demons.
Demons. This was like the best Friday drafts.
This is an original setting. It has entirely come from the game itself over the 14-ish sets that it's had a lot of sets.
Very old.
Over the past few years. We're at the point where there's like at least one parallel universe. It's a pretty fun one. There is a little bit of crossover with their... Betting on power is not a bad play.
Yeah, I mean, you only have
like
10
we saw
more
what happened
power
to
in
us.
the deck. Yeah.
We saw what happened to us in the last game where they had like a really aggressive start that we could barely hold on in, and we still managed to pull it out. I might take this. It's a little bit risky, but...
I honestly feel like you're more likely to draw units and weapons than you are power.
Yeah.
Again, you have 10 other sigils in the deck. That's not to
Yep.
say we couldn't flood. Flooding is always possible. But hey, Couple Home Marshal.
Let's help.
We do have one of those in our deck.
Mm-hmm.
Take that.
Hello.
A dash of 221.
A dash.
A dash. All right, what other unit you got?
Fancy. Oh yeah, we do have her in the deck as well.
Yeah, hasn't shown up once. Oh, so this is a little weird because there are things that have like 2/1. I do not have the full list of like what things exist. I feel like I'm gonna take the chance here because I'm dumb. Yes. Hee hee hoo hoo ha ha. Oh, that was spicy.
You just went.
Nah.
Nah. You're
Got
right.
got.
You're right. I should have blocked that. Fuck.
We're done here.
All right, we're up. We're up money.
Yeah, the buff being permanent. We played her the first game. The thing that I didn't realize is that when she was silenced, the buff would still stay up. Because, like, if your stats are conditional on something, which means they can go up and down, silence will kill them. If your effect is, when you do this, this happens, then it will stay even if they get silenced. It's not like Hearthstone, where silence kills buffs.
Honestly, that's kind of the first time we've actually gotten him through. I think.
Yeah. This deck is dumb.
This is a good deck. This is good time. This is good Friday night times. Hello.
We have been dodging Masters players pretty
We
aggressively.
sure have. Okay,
I'm keeping this, I think.
Yeah,
I always feel bad throwing away Starkist
yes,
Wings,
as
but
an
like,
Inscribe, but
unless we pull Helena next, like this hand is actually quite good.
yeah.
Yes, this is a draft. The format here is...
Hi.
Ooh, okay. That changes things.
Yeah. We can hold on to it.
Because we are getting another power here. Now it's like I don't play this as power unless I pull Helena.
Yes.
This guy sucks. Now I just don't play it as power, straight up.
Sound the alarm.
Big thing about him is like they have to take it's non-battle damage that I have to
Just
take.
like torches and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the Grenadin card that pulls things would get something. If you want to spend a spell to kill her, I'm fine with that. That is a bit annoying, because now it's a 3/1. It doesn't keep quick draw, though. It's an interesting question if I try to get that with the Nurturing Sentinel or not. Because it will not, the ultimate will not go off unless it is in stealth this turn.
Ah, okay.
I think with the Star-Kissed Wings, I do want that. Just basically my plan here is going to be play this guy and then put on him.
Yeah, fair.
Unless I find something I want to do more.
Oh.
All right, you got something. Nice. That is a chance, because if the stealth unit does not have it, you just wasted that card.
Yep.
Or is his 3 attack or more.
The ritual must.
I believe it's in your favor, though.
That and this.
A dash of rest here, traveler.
Man, they got a lot of revenge going on here. I do need to kill this guy.
Oh, you can't target stealth units in the
Oh, okay,
stats?
so you can actually get some info out of that. Right, rip to that Justice Sigil in the last Light Refugee. It is annoying that I'm gonna have to trade here, but I really don't want that continuing to discard things.
And let you check stealth. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Right. This definitely throws a wrench in things. Please, no Aegis. I'm probably going to touch a Purity here.
Oh, you can do it now.
It's fast spell. This definitely hurts their aggro.
Wow, they have a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Now I have problems. I might need to
Yes.
play that power, which really sucks because it'll be like I have to pull 2 more power to even be able to play this.
yes.
Alright, the deck might have finally gotten a bum draw.
Yep.
I won't play it as power now because, like, unless I pull 2 power off the top of the deck, it won't matter, and by that point, I'm dead.
Claimed my shadow.
I need a chonky boy. Man, the part where I was like, alright, I got all my power, and then I extremely didn't. It's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, we start drawing no power.
Yep.
That's a problem.
The big thing is they were able to knock the thing that was going to give me a guaranteed one out, which sucked.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I think this means I lose.
Yes. We had a good run.
Well, yeah, of undefeated.
Yep.
We have 2 more chances now at, getting that
They
7.
had just so much
Their deck
kills,
destroyed
man.
us,
Yeah.
yes. Like, they...
And we got stuck at 4.
Yes, if we had
If we'd
actually
done
been
that
able to
fifth
play the 5th power there, and
the
I...
lifesteal flying unit would have like
Yup.
saved us.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
we
and it was like
didn't
when I
have
put
power.
lifesteal on it, I kind of had to sit and play it. Like, that was kind of the only winning move at that
Well, even
point.
if we played its power, we wouldn't have gotten anything.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that
had
is
to
the big
draw
thing.
it
I
in.
was throwing away so much value when top decking a sigil would have been enough to get lifesteal flying on a unit.
Yes.
Yeah, that was actually the first Masters player that we have faced
Yeah,
in this draft,
yeah,
which is kind of funny. A bit surprising. Like, I play a lot of people in
Yeah,
Masters most
there
of
we
the
go.
time. When you're in Diamond, you tend to find people in Masters because they're the ones playing the game. We are 1 power away from just being able to play this. That's amazing.
Yep.
We have a game start.
It's all our
I like
influence.
this. Yeah, this is all the influence we could ever want to play. Even if these 2 cards are subpar, no one's playing things on turn 1 anyway. I said no one's playing things on turn 1 anyway.
Rest
I
here.
made that huge voice.
That's a legendary that can either play a Spiteling
Man.
or
That's
be
a
4/3 on
mean
turn
card,
1. Yeah.
huh?
Sound the alarm.
It's a pretty good turn 1,
A
yeah.
hell of a good turn 1.
Decent. They swing in with this, I'm not doing shit. Not a chance. And now I kind of just have to pray that Predator's Instinct is enough to get across the line here. I feel like it's not because they did nothing. Ah. Guess what this does?
Them back. Let them through.
Yeah, I think this game's in trouble. I guess I shouldn't say over yet. I've come back from stupid shit before. But hoo-wee.
Guess you just probably shouldn't have.
I had to. Like, they could basically just have done that again the next turn.
Yeah.
That is the danger of a unit like that. Like, I kind of have to check to see if they have it or not. Because, like, they could always do it, like, the next turn as well if they can hold on. And I had nothing else to do.
Would it be better to like block and draw it out and kill her, or
Maybe...
hello?
My formula is perfect.
This is gonna get interesting.
Ah, I roll 1/4 boy.
do at least kill this turn.
I help where I can.
Hello?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we can kill that.
I think I have to. I can accept that as a top deck. Nice.
Yeah, that's silence.
It does mean it cost them 3 to see what it was, and like I still have a 4/4. But given the fact that I'm about to hit this,
Yeah,
this
you're
is a really
about
good
to
turn for
fly
me to
out,
play this. Yeah. It's really a shame here. To the point where I am debating not playing this power so that I can just get her as a 4/4 next turn.
Would have been better to like place her, use power, and then use the weapon.
You're right, it would have. That would have been the good and correct way to do this. And I might lose for it. We'll see. We did not pay the toll for it.
I'll find my destiny.
Health boy?
Yeah, definitely put the stealth boy down. I guess it's a question of which one of these two I kill. Probably him. They have created problems on purpose. Especially because when that revenges, it's going back with it.
Yeah, it's gonna come back with killer, yep.
Yep. A big problem for... and then I guess the question
My
is...
formula's perfect.
Swing in on the 1/4.
That's a good question.
Probably the 1/4. Just
Yeah.
get some meat off the board. Make it easier for me to swing in the
Less
future.
damage yourself.
It is a tough one.
They have.
Does that do cost? Play this to do 4 damage to a unit, please. Hard to say. There's a lot of things it could be. Could just be teleport. Sweet Jesus.
Keep killing.
Here I go, killing
They
again.
just keep killing.
They're doing pretty good.
Alright, hopefully we top deck Helena or something, you know?
Trouble on the horizon.
What if we top deck Helena, though? Hypothetically. I'm just saying.
There are no secrets.
They are in shadows, so there's a decent chance this
Oh, they have
gets
removal, yeah.
blown
yeah.
the fuck up. But you
Yeah.
know, I'm glad that at least we showed it. I'm glad that
Cavalier.
Inquisitive Alchemist did the stupidest thing that it possibly could to
Yeah,
make
what
it so
if-
that we are not guaranteed to lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically. I'm gonna take the first hit, yeah. Yes, they do have something. Intriguing. This does let one of the 1/4s safely block. I don't think it speeds my clock up that much. Like, it would be
One
one
turn,
turn, but
but
it's also
it's
like,
eggs
yeah,
in a basket,
she's gonna
yeah.
die. Is the thing.
Much.
Yeah, she's a 4th Tree Elder now, just for funsies. The 4th Tree Elder was only a 4/6, and it was still one of the best uncommons in the format. If they spend a card to kill the 3/6, I'm fine with that. Like, that
Yes.
means the Crown Watch Longsword did its shit.
Yeah.
Especially if it doesn't kill this guy who's gonna come back with, Killer. Nice! That was about what I expected to happen. Intriguing. I'm gonna hold on to that.
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah, what if 5th Tree Elder? Mm-hmm. Yep, that'll do it. That will likely be me done. Goodbye, my cards.
Guess we should have just gone ahead and killered it. Block the one.
Potentially.
We can learn much.
Might win.
Do they have another one of those for 1 damage? Do they have another Stormcaller or something?
She can do that every turn.
Oh, she do it every turn?
Yes, that was that was what I was waiting for. All right, well, I guess we just did a 7-1. That sure fucking happened. All right, this is without question the best deck that I have played in this format so far.
Yep.
Goliath Axe was amazing. Starkist Wings is amazing.
Helena
is one of the best cards in the format, straight up. I knew
Straight
this
up.
already. Brigade Hall is amazing.
The Alchemists.
The
oh
Alchemists
my god,
did
the Alchemists.
so much
the
work.
Alchemist saved your butt there. That's cool with Helena with the 2/2 on
Like,
it.
6 points of stats for 5 on a stealth unit, which, like, the big thing about stealth units is they're almost all understated. Like, one of the things that it tells you is that stealth units can't safely block, like, a 3/3 if it costs 3 and a 5/5. Yes?
I can't believe I fucking called it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
You
what
literally...
if, what if we pull
Hypothetically, the only way we win this video
what if
game...
we top deck Helena with that 2/2 buff and then it fucking happened and I am delighted.
that somehow it actually did.
I'm delighted that that happened.
I will say, Touch of Purity, like, you need a big enough unit to make it happen, but, like...
Yeah.
It's so good, and, like,
It was
being
good.
able to put it on weapons is also really, really strong. Especially when Starkist Wings and even Rune Sword are in color here.
The Bone Mask was quite nice.
Bone Mask worked. Like, Bone Mask saved the 2 games that we played it in, I'm pretty
And then
or
we
one of the
top
games, I
decked that
think.
finest hour, yeah.
But yeah, 3-cost stealth can't kill a 3/3, and a 5-cost stealth can't kill a 5/5 safely. It can trade with it 1 for 1, but if you block it with a 5/5, you know that you are not losing value.
And we said that stealth units are either 3 or 5 cost.
Correct.
Yes.
Stealth units can only be 3 or 5 cost to kind of limit it. I really like it as a hidden information
Which
mechanic.
is why that like kill card that kills even costed units is kind of bad in this format.
Yeah.
Far too many 3s and 5s and stealths.
I mean,
look how many 3s
look
we
at all
have.
these 3s. Even before you get into stealths, which is actually not a keyword of this format, weirdly enough. Neither is Valor, which is wild to me. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed that, because that was kind of wild. Just take a quick Steam screenshot, because damn. And then let's see how much money I made off of this draft, because I made my stake back.
And then some.
Got a legendary, which is lovely, and yeah, this draft was free, and I made 2,000 on top of it because I went 7 wins. Good shit.
The 2/5 of another draft.
All right, well, I get the feeling that we're probably gonna play other Eternal drafts on Fridays, but we will probably also do more Slay the Spire. Like
yeah.
it'll probably just be like either 1-1 or once a month kind of thing that we do.
Sounds good.
But this draft format
That
is
was-
super fun.
Mwah.
The keywords are interesting. I feel like this deck was a really good way to show why it's like really interesting. Shit was good.
Fucking called it.
That was amazing.
I fucking called it.
All right, we will see you on Sunday.
Yes.
For Tales of Xillia,
Sunday,
playthrough
Tales of
2.
Xillia. Yes, we're continuing playthrough 2. We made it to the big story turnover point. We're coming up to the big Jude-Mila split, which
Where
is...
we'll actually learn a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happens for Jude that we didn't see when we played as Mila, so,
Get to see what that's like.
It's definitely the thing I was like, yeah, we have to do a Jude
Most
playthrough
interested in.
to show what the difference is between the two. Right. Yeah, we'll definitely be back with more Eternal. This draft format seems fun.
It's quite fun. It's terrifying. We will definitely play slow because, as with Slay the Spire, all of our things are quite slow.
We think too hard. We think too hard at all times.
Too much thinking. All right. Well, we will see you all on Sunday.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.